Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we're diving into one of history's greatest mysteries, the world of the ancient Sumerians. Have you ever wondered what lies behind their myths, legends, and terrifying curses? If not, then now is the perfect time to find out. Let's embark on a journey to one of the most mysterious civilizations that changed the course of history. But be cautious, what you're about to witness may leave you speechless. The Sumerians were not just the first known civilization, they were the first to leave behind detailed records that have captivated archaeologists and historians for centuries. They rose in the Fertile Crescent, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, around 3500 BC. The city of Ur was the crown jewel of their civilization. But what set them apart wasn't just their advances in writing, law, and mathematics. The Sumerians were also deeply attuned to the supernatural, believing in a vast pantheon of gods, spirits, and forces that govern their world in ways beyond human understanding. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Sumerian worldview was their belief in the underworld, a place where the spirits of the dead would roam. It wasn't a peaceful resting place. It was a dark, ominous realm ruled by gods who were both protectors and punishing forces. To the Sumerians, death wasn't an end. It was a passage to a terrifying dimension of eternal darkness, where you would encounter forces that would either grant you peace or drag your soul into endless torment. The Sumerians had a rich collection of myths that described the origins of the world and the struggle between gods and humans. One of their most famous legends is the Epic of Gilgamesh, the story of a king who sought immortality after the death of his dear friend Enkidu. But in his quest, he encountered the great truths about life, death, and the wrath of the gods. Gilgamesh's journey took him to the edge of the known world and beyond, where he had to face the terrifying goddess Ishtar, whose wrath could bring ruin to entire cities. In one particularly chilling myth, the god Enki warns the humans about a great flood that will wipe out all life on Earth. This story, long before the biblical account of Noah's Ark, suggests that the gods themselves would unleash destruction upon the world when humanity's sins became unbearable. The flood was meant to cleanse the earth, but it also served as a dire reminder of the gods' immense power and their ability to reshape existence as they saw fit. Then there is the story of Inanna, the goddess of love, beauty, and war, who descends into the underworld, only to be trapped by her sister Ereshkigal, the queen of the dead. Inanna's journey through the dark underworld is a symbolic descent into death itself. When she returns, she is reborn. But the message is clear. Death is a cycle that cannot be avoided, and the gods are always watching, manipulating fate from the shadows. But not all the Sumerian gods were benevolent. Some were dark, vengeful, and terrifying. The Sumerians practiced rituals that involved invoking these darker forces, demons, spirits, and curses that could shape reality itself. One such entity was the demon Lamashtu, a fearsome creature who was believed to cause miscarriages, stillbirths, and other forms of suffering. Her terrifying presence in Sumerian mythology was a reminder that the line between the living and the dead was fragile and easily crossed. The Sumerians used complex incantations and spells to protect themselves from these spirits, often carving them into clay tablets. These magical texts were believed to have the power to summon protective deities or banish evil ones. But they also warned of the consequences of misusing magic. Those who invoked the powers of the underworld without proper reverence or understanding would face the wrath of the gods and the demons they had unleashed. One of the most disturbing Sumerian practices involved soul retrieval rituals, where the souls of the deceased were believed to be in danger of being trapped in the underworld. Priests would perform rites to call back these souls, but sometimes the ritual would go wrong and the souls would return corrupted, carrying with them dark powers that could wreak havoc on the living. The Sumerians weren't isolated in their beliefs. They were part of a wider cultural and religious network. They exchanged ideas and myths with neighboring civilizations, such as the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians, all of whom were influenced by the Sumerian pantheon and their otherworldly beliefs. Some scholars even suggest that many of the most famous myths, such as the story of the Great Flood, spread across the ancient world through these exchanges. The idea of a dark underworld can be found in many other cultures, such as ancient Egypt, where the god Osiris ruled over the realm of the dead, and in Greek mythology, where the god Hades governed the afterlife. But what sets the Sumerians apart is the prominence of death in the afterlife in their everyday lives. Often they believed these dark forces were just as present in the living world as they were in the realm of the dead. Despite their advanced knowledge and rich cultural legacy, the Sumerian civilization eventually declined. The reasons for their fall remain a subject of debate. Was it invasions by neighboring peoples, such as the Akkadians or the Elamites? Was it environmental collapse, caused by shifting river paths or droughts that devastated their agricultural economy? Or could it be that the Sumerians' deep connection to the supernatural played a role in their downfall? Some believe that the Sumerians' obsession with the forces of darkness might have invited disaster. Their reliance on rituals and magic to maintain balance may have brought them into conflict with powers they could not fully comprehend or control. The decline of their great cities and the eventual rise of new empires left the world to wonder. Did they pay the ultimate price for their attempts to manipulate the supernatural? There is also a theory that the Sumerians were victims of their own success. After all, they were the first to create cities, writing, and a system of law. As their civilization flourished, it attracted the attention of other powers who sought to take what the Sumerians had built. Yet even in their decline, the Sumerians left behind a legacy of myths, legends, and artifacts that continue to fascinate us today. The Sumerian civilization is a mystery that continues to haunt us. They were the first to write, the first to build cities, and the first to explore the terrifying mysteries of life, death, and the afterlife. But there are still many questions left unanswered. What role did magic play in their rise and fall? Were the gods they worshipped truly divine, or were they ancient beings from another time, or even another world? The Sumerians may have vanished, but their legacy of dark mysteries and chilling tales still echoes across millennia. If this video has intrigued you and you want to explore more myths and legends from ancient civilizations, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another thrilling adventure into the unknown. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.